session, and so we could get started. All right, amazing. So please confirm to me if you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, give me some reactions. Awesome, 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 awesome. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Nyakwa. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Eric. I hope everybody can actually see my screen. So we will get started. We'll definitely dive into it. We're already 30 minutes late. But yeah, welcome to session 3, cohort 2 of Mini Hack, building gamified solutions for businesses. And this is a very interesting cohort because not only are we thinking about gamified systems, we are actually building real gamified systems for businesses. And this is, it's an interesting niche, just to say the least. Very, very interesting because we are not focusing on just gaming, but gamified solutions. So just dive into it. So yeah, before we begin, house rules number 1, if you can, please turn on your camera. We would love to see you. We would love to celebrate you. So this is a safe space. Again, we keep saying this. So nobody's judging, in case you're wondering. Yeah, we just want to ensure that we put a name to a face so that when you meet in person, we're able to identify you, basically. Okay. And then, of course, when you're not speaking, please, please, please feel free to mute yourself, mute your microphone. That way we are able to have a really good, conducive environment that allows everybody to actively listen in and actively participate. And then right now, I would welcome you all to just drop your name in the chat. Where are you joining us from? We would love to know where you're joining us from. Tell us which country you're joining us from. Yes, we will definitely love to see where you're coming from. Thank you, Elvis. I see you're already dropping in the chat. So everybody, be like Elvis. Let us know where you're joining from. We would love to, know how much and how far Team 1 has actually been able to scale. And then, of course, ask questions freely. There's no dumb question here. All questions are actually welcome. And we encourage you to ask as many questions as you may have. So again, we want you to be present. So in case you have too many tabs on your laptop, please close some tabs because you might not need all the tabs open for at least for the next 2 hours. So feel free to close some tabs and yeah, just pay attention, basically. Again, we are building a powerhouse today, actually today. Yeah, so we hope that you're actually here to build this powerhouse of great founders and great builders together. All right, so our declarations, in every session that we do, we'll tend to want to ensure that everybody actually, declare these affirmations with us. So as you're getting started, I want you to take a moment and just breathe, all right? Breathe because it's important and you will understand that regulation of your nervous system is very, very much important before you start the, getting into the code and getting into the jargon of Avalanche and all this technical shebang, okay? So yeah, so let's breathe together. Let's do this in, in unison so that you can all do this collectively, okay? So take a moment and just breathe in, hold it for a minute, and then you breathe out, okay? So we will start now. Just breathe in. And out. Breathe in again. In out. We'll do this 3 times. So please do this together after last time. Breathe in. And out. Awesome. Now you have a nervous system regulated, so which means you're actually ready to start the session, all right? So let's say the declarations together because it only has so much meaning when you say it together. And if you can, feel free to unmute your microphone, but if you feel like you want to stay muted, all the best, but I hope you say this with us. Okay, so we will start our declarations in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go.
I'm a builder.
I am a builder.
I belong in this space.
I belong in this
I
space.
bring my full focus, curiosity, and
Curiosity and courage today. I am not late.
I am not.
I am exactly
late.
on time.
I am
Exactly.
exactly
Ask
on time.
questions
Ask
boldly.
questions
I'm
boldly.
questions.
Voice
My voice matters.
I am learning Web3,
Learning Web3
teaching others to
and
build
giving
very
others
good solutions.
I'm
I'm part of a community that lifts each other up. Day,
Today,
I take one step closer
my
to
vision.
my vision.
Today, I take one step closer to my vision. And I hope you say it like you mean it because you are exactly who you think you are. Okay. Yeah, let's appreciate everybody that actually took time to just declare the affirmations together because I hope that you actually said this and meant it, right? Because you're not only just saying it because I asked you to say it, you are actually declaring this. Like you are the builder that you think you are, and of course, you are never late. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, and at this particular time and on the exact right time. Okay, so in case somebody tells you that, oh, you're late, no, don't worry, you are right on time. Okay, so no pressure at all. And yeah, we are here to remind you that. Okay, cool. So quickly, I would love to know most of you because every single time we have new members in our community and we love to have you here. So take a moment right now and engage with me on the chat. So where are you in your Web3 journey? Are you totally new and this is your first time hearing about Web3? If you are, then give us an A in the chat. And if you have heard the terms but have not built anything, give us a B in the chat. And then if you have experienced a little, know about wallets, NFTs, etc., give us a C in the chat. And if you built something in Web3 before and give us a D. And if you are already shipping and you're here to level up, give us an E. Would love to know where everybody is so that you could know exactly how to support you. So I'll just check in the chats right now. Oh, I'm seeing so many messages. Yay. I see, let me just start from Elvis. Elvis, oh, Elvis said just hello. Radruk. I think your real name is Brian. You're joining in from Nairobi. Up to you. I see Mwangi. I think Mwangi, maybe you might be joining in from Nairobi. I'm just assuming. Ian is joining in from Kenya. Nice to see you, Ian. Elvis is also joining in from Kikuyu, Kiambu County. Amazing. Moses is joining from Kenya. Nice. And Daniel is also joining from Kenya. Amazing. Vincent is joining from Kenya. George is joining from Kenya. Emmanuel is joining from Kenya. Most of you actually joining from Kenya, which is so impressive. I see Ian as well joining from Kenya. Wow, so many Kenyans representing us tonight. Love to see it. All right, and then so I see Olive Carol. You are new. Welcome to our community. We hope that you'll find the community very, very fun, and hope the session is impactful as well. I see Anthony. Anthony is already shipping and he's just here to level up. Shout out to you, Anthony. Yes, we see you. We want to support you and we want to see you continue to ship actually. I see Mwangi Kigoro. Mwangi, you are actually experienced a little, about what wallets and NFTs. That's awesome to see. Ian, you are already shipping and you're here to level up. I'd love to know what you're actually shipping because Boy, oh boy. Vincent is actually here and is experienced a little, knows about wallets and NFTs. Love to see it, Vincent. Moses Mungai, you have heard the terms but have not built anything. We hope that out of this session, you will be able to learn and get to start to build at least something, you know, if it's a gamified systems or whatever it is. Just looking forward to that. I see Juliet Atieno. You've built something in Web3 before. We'd love to know what you've been able to build and to see what you're actually going to build here in this session. I see Emmanuel. Emmanuel, you're new here. It's your first time hearing about Web3. No worries at all. Web3 is not that difficult. And we hope that you actually find your pathway. And then Valen, you are experienced a little, you know, about wallets and NFTs. Yeah, that's really cool. I hope that now you'll get an opportunity to be able to build something and shape something and just level up basically from this session. I see Sabiha. Sabiha, you're from Tanzania. Wow, amazing. At least you have one from Tanzania. So which means Avalanche has actually scaled to larger parts of East Africa, which is impressive. And you have had the terms, but have not built anything. We hope that you'll be able to build something on this cohort. And Nixon, you are from Kenya. Shout out to you, Nixon. And you are also you've heard about the terms but have not built anything. So we hope that you'll be able to build something out of this cohort. And all the new members, welcome again to this amazing community. We hope you'll find your pathway. We hope that you'll find these sessions very, very useful and that you'll actually be able to scale up. All right. So again, quickly, this is Mini Hack Cohort 2, and it's a 3 months of builder sprint. So basically, just let me mute someone. I think somebody is one moment. I'll just, yep, there. Okay, great. So if you've not, please go ahead and scan the QR code and sign up for Mini Hack. So this QR code is going to take you to our Luma page where you will find so many upcoming events. By the way, we have a watch party coming up on the 19th of this month, and you all are actually welcome. So in case you're here and you're wondering, excuse me, in case you're here and you're wondering what other activities or what other events are we about, you could check out our Luma and make sure to sign up for the actual mini hack that is actually happening. No sign up means you will not be allowed to attend our mini hack session, especially the founder summit that is actually coming up. So you want to sign up right now so that on that day you will not be able to be locked out basically. Okay. All right. Okay. So if you're here and if you're new here, you're wondering what is Mini Hack? What is this initiative about? So Mini Hack is a builder program that is actually designed to equip founders with Web3 fundamentals, help you build a niche ecosystem of technical and non-technical talents, give you hands-on experience building on Avalanche. Okay, please, if you're not speaking, feel free to just mute your microphone so that you cannot have too many disruptions, okay? That is part of our rules, right? So please, let's have a seamless experience. And of course, Mini Hack is here to create a real, if you're here and you're participating in Mini Hack, then just know that you're gonna be creating real projects that actually solve real problems. And of course, we are here to foster a powerhouse community of ecosystem enablers. So this is not just a bunch of workshops that you put together. This is actually your launch pad that you need for what our offerings are. If you're a student, we have so many opportunities for you to learn, connect, and build in the Avalanche ecosystem. So we have the Avalanche Academy that we will encourage everybody to actually go ahead and explore. This can be found on our Avalanche Builders Hub. And if you're totally new here and you're looking to get started, find your pathway, I will encourage you to start with All Explained. So All Explained is a very good platform where you get to learn about blockchain, get to learn about Avalanche in a very layman's language. And I encourage everybody here that is actually new to start there. And if you're already experienced but have never explored All Explained, feel free to go there and actually check it out. It has articles and explainers that are going to help you understand Avalanche and blockchain in a very, very simple, in very simple terms, basically. Again, on our Avalanche Builders Hub, we have the Entrepreneur Academy. So this Entrepreneur Academy is for everybody that is actually non-technical. So if you're here and you do not want to write any line of code, you're just here, you want to learn about them, to upskill yourself and not code at all, then the Entrepreneur Academy is the place for you to actually get started. All right. And then, of course, so maybe you're here and you're wondering, what is Team1? What are we about? What do we do? So this is just a quick overview of what Team1 is about. So this is our North Star. So Team1 is a global community of builders. So we have created a big community of builders to build Avalanche and cultivate a builder culture that supports and onboard founders and startups. And the goal is to become the clear third arm community of Avalanche alongside Avalabs and the Avalanche Foundation. So if you've been here long enough, then you should be able to know that at Avalanche Foundation, we have different verticals. So we have the Avalabs, we have the Avalanche Foundation, now the ecosystem itself, and now we want to be the third arm of the Avalanche ecosystem, which basically is going to be everything around community, events such as this, and yeah, that's our actually North Star this year. So our regional impact, we aim to create organic and locally led official Team1 chapters, actively engaging across key regions. For example, right now we are active in Kenya, and at least in Africa, we are present in Kenya, Nigeria, Tanzania, Uganda, we've now scaled to Zambia, Zimbabwe, Uganda, Rwanda, so many other different countries, Senegal, Egypt, I think Morocco as well. So we've literally just scaled so massively, and we're here to create a powerhouse of just great developers, community enablers, founders, and startups. Again, we're here to build a builder community. So right now you're here participating in this cohort. You already consider yourself as a builder. And for our mission for this cohort is to turn builders into founders in the agentic era. So we hope that you'll be able to, grow this ecosystem together in collaboration with you, and and see how possible it is and how ridiculously easy it is to actually ship real products on Avalanche. And of course, we're here to, scale Avalanche globally across Africa, across every single continent, and, adopt as many businesses and institutions that are already in existence. All right. So again, feel free to scan this QR code. So this QR code is gonna take you to our link tree. So on our link tree, that's where you'll find more information around what you're about, the different communities that you can join under Team1, and everything basically that you need to know about Team1 and what you're about basically. So that's it for me. There you go. Welcome to Team1 Africa, and this is your launch pad to start thinking outside the box. So these sessions are actually designed for you to be able to think outside the box, be able to be as creative and as innovative as possible. What we're doing is giving you a pathway, but then the whole creativity, the whole innovation actually has to come from you. So we hope that you'll find these sessions very, very impactful and that you'll enjoy these sessions. So without taking so much time, I will now welcome our next speaker, who's gonna be Joseph. He's gonna take us to the recap, where our last session actually left us, and tonight's agenda. You get to understand tonight's agenda and tonight's mission, and yeah, just get into it basically. Again, no question is a stupid question. So in case you have any questions, or in case you have any questions during this session, feel free to use the chat. We will be actively engaging with you in the chat, and also actively answering your questions live on the call. So welcome everybody to our session 3 of Mini Hack, building gamified solutions on Avalanche. And let me take this opportunity to just welcome you, to appreciate you all that have been consistent. So if you're on the call and you can hear me, give yourself some claps, some hearty claps, some love emojis, because yes, you are doing it. You did it, and we hope that you continue showing up for yourselves, because in this agentic era, really, this is the moment you need to lock in and shape. Because if you not make yourself a millionaire in this agentic era, I don't know when you'll ever be a millionaire. So join us, come, let us make this money together through learning, empowering one another, upskilling ourselves, and creating scalable systems, basically. So just as you can hear me, you could go for it.
Okay. Confirm that you can hear me loud and clear. Can see some reactions. Nice. Okay, Lavender, let me share my screen.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can I see some reactions if you can hear me? Nice. Sorry guys. So I absolutely don't know where I was lost. Okay. So let me just mention. So as I said, I'm a Team founder and I've been with Avalanche for a while. The technical lead for Avalanche here. And I specialize in training people and skills through innovation and integration. So tonight's agenda, we are going to be going through the PBR map. That is the points, um, points leaderboard. And let me see, for those who are in the first session, type what B stands for, and then we can resume. So the next thing that we'll be also checking on is matching behavior to mechanics. That is the objective first selection table as compared to what we had prior about. Yes, thank you, Junior. I see, Junior, you are on our first session. Yes, the PBL stands for P for points, B for badges, and L for leaderboard. So we'll also be rating contracts on badges, streaks, and tiered system, and then we are going to be deploying. On our last session, we went through a technical hands-on whereby we wrote a smart contract that was for loyalty points. And I don't think you had time to deploy. That was among your quests. For those who failed to actually deploy, don't worry, in the last 10 minutes, Silas is going to jump in and then guide you guys through the deployment. The deployment is actually running 3 simple commands and you're done. Yeah, so that is basically what we'll be handling tonight. So for tonight's mission, we have three mechanics that we'll be checking on. Number one is a badge contract. All this it's already written. So we took the liberty to actually compile all the code for you to actually have access to it, so as you don't spend a lot of time writing the code line per line. Since you have to write 3 smart contracts today, you have to understand what they do, and we have to deploy them. So yeah, Silas is going to drop a link to the smart to the GitHub repo, and then we can get started from there. The next thing is a streak tracker. So you're going to understand, the loss aversion in relatively less than 20 lines, and then a tier system that now basically shows the tiers. Let's say if you're having like a silver tier, bronze tier, and all that. So yeah, we have approximately 30 minutes to do this. So yeah, so let me get started. So let me share my other screen. So you'll head over to Talent Index. Let me share this screen. I think Silas has shared the link. So basically, click on the link that has been shared in the chat. And once you're there, let me just share my entire screen. So you can all see. Nice. Can you confirm you can see my screen? Let me see some reactions. Nice. So once you click on the link, that's on the chart, this is going to take you to. So this is the repo that you're going to use. So get ready. We're about to start. Ko, I see you've risen your hand. You have something to say or ask? Okay, maybe you can just type it in the chat. Our tech team are going to help you with that. So as we have approximately 30 minutes to conclude this. So the first step, as you can see, click on code and copy that URL, and then head over to your terminal. And then let me have it in a separate branch. Let me name another branch called cohort 3, cohort 2. Let me navigate to 8. So after you've done that, after you've copied that URL, you need to now clone it to your device. Let me enlarge my terminal. I think that's large enough. So for that, you have to type git clone followed by the URL and then hit enter. So once, I forgot one step. So the first step after you click on that link, you need to fork this report. So from here you can see there's a fork tab. Click on fork, and then fork it to your device. Fork it to your profile. So create a fork to your profile, as you can see, to your own profile. And once you have done that, you now need to copy the URL of your forked branch. And all this information, don't worry if you're left behind. All this information, you can find it in the contributing file, which is here, all the details are basically listed here below. So once you've copied that, just repeat the steps that I was showing. Let me just go to gaming, and then let me navigate to it, start, and then git clone, followed by the branch. And then once you've done that, you need now to navigate. You need to now open this. You need to open this report on your device. So after successful cloning, you can basically just confirm. The content of your clone report. So CD cohort gaming, and then I can list everything, and you can see everything is there. So to open this in your IDE, you have to press, if you're using VS Code, the shortcut is just type code space followed by full stop at the end. Once you do that, VS Code is going to open just like that. So if we're together, let me see some reactions. Yeah, nice. So far, so good. So once you're here, manage, let me give it a trust this folder, then we can now resume. So if you come here, you can basically go to the README for more information. So let's get started. So once you're here, you're going to have access to the entire code base. The contract folder contains all the four smart contracts that you're going to be using. That is the achievement badges. This is now the interface that now defines the interface for the loyalty point contract. This one, and then the loyalty point contract is what you did in the last session, and then the strict tracker and the tier system. Within the script, now that's so we have now the deployment script for our smart contract. This is just like a sample of a smart contract for deployment. And then now for scripts, so there are two ways you can deploy your smart contracts. If you can remember from our last session, where Silas and I, we told you that, and we have other people who actually prefer using Foundry. So today I'm going to be showing you both of them. Don't worry. So yeah. So this is basically a script that's going to deploy all the three mechanics of the loyalty points ledger that you have, and then the interact.js. This basically it's a full journey end to end that is good that you're going to use it to test against your deployed contracts after you fully deployed your contracts. And then the test now is what you're going to use to test the deployed smart contracts. So can you confirm? Let me see some reactions. If we are together, then we get started. Let me see some reactions. Don't worry, guys. We're going to do this in less than 30 minutes. So I'm going to use the first smart contract to explain basically the nature of a smart contract. I don't want to repeat myself and what Silas had said in the last session, but just for those who are not there. So let me start. So the first line, this one. So what this does, it simply specifies the license of the smart contract. That is the MIT license. So when you're writing a smart contract, this is the very first line that you'll always start with. And then the second line, the pragma solidity. What is this basically what does? Now here we are now specifying that this contract should compile using the solidity version of something greater than version 8.24. You can decide to specify the exact version that you want depending on your requirements and what you need. So that is basically what those two lines do. Then heading to line 6, don't worry guys, I actually took the liberty to add comments to all these codes so as to help you learn more even when you are doing the course afterwards and you want to revisit all this. So these are just comments. So line 6, the interface. So basically what here what you're doing, instead of rewriting the loyalty points contract, what we do is we now create an interface. So this contract, it can communicate with it. So that is what this does. So the interface, what this interface does, it basically defines the external interface of the loyalty point contract. And then it actually allows the achievement badges to read the point balances without rewriting the logic of what we have. So that is basically what this does. And now the function point, this is the only function that we will need from the loyalty points contract. This one from the loyalty points contract. So what this does, it actually lets you like read how many points a customer has. This is what this function does. And then after you've now, so we've started with the parts of a smart contract. The first one is the license identifier, followed by the pragma solidity, and then now the interface. Now, after you're done with the interface, the next part that you are moving to is now the contract declaration. So for the contract declaration, on line 19, this is where now we start declaring. So what this does, so this is where we now begin the achievement badges contract. This is where now the contract actually now begins. So this is what actually manages all the badges that are earned by customers on your platform. And for us here, you're going basically to see how all this happens, the streaks, the streaks and all that, the blueprint for each badge type and all that. So yeah. Now after contract declaration, we now move, the contract declaration, we now move to what we call the issuer, line 21. So this is now the issuer. So basically, this is what stores the addresses of the businesses or the administrators that actually manage the badges creation and the awards that we are going to be using. So this is what we call the issuer. So basically, from the comments, as you can see, it stores the addresses of the badge issuer. That is the business that is managing the achievement awards. Then after the issuer, the next step is now we've already said that it's basically a loyalty points now from what we did last session. Remember, we had said that on all the sessions that you are doing on this gamification, each session, they warm up to the next session. So from what we did last session, it's a continuation of the last session to this session. And yes, the recordings can be found on YouTube. So next, so after the issuer, we now move to the loyalty point reference. You now need to reference your loyalty points, and that is where we are, line 25. So from session 2, actually, when we talked about the ledger composition network and all that. So at line 25, what you're doing, this is where we now keep a reference of the loyalty point contract, So, and why do we do that? So as we can check the customer point balances whenever needed, because it's actually necessary to actually do that. So you've now referenced your loyalty point contract. What next? You now need a badge structure. You need to now structure your badges. So you need to define, you now need to define the structure of a badge. Like you need to create now the structure, the blueprint for each badge type. So each badge type is actually defined by its name and the point threshold required to claim it. So how do we do that? So that's how we now go to line 29. So basically, this structure is what defines what information each badge contains, and then the string name, think of this the badge name. For example, let's say something, you can have something like gold member, or something like a first purchase, silver member, VIP member. That is what you can define it as. So that's the string name. Now for the threshold, now this now defines the minimum number of loyalty points, the minimum number of loyalty points that are required before someone can actually claim that badge. So after that, you now need to store this badge. You've already now defined the blueprint of the badge, right? So you need to actually do it now. That's the next step, storing the badge. And how do you do that? So the next step is badge storage. We move on to line 36. On line 36, so this is actually this array, as you can see, this is an array. So this array, it actually stores every badge that has been created in the system. And after it does this, it becomes now what we call the badge ID. So it becomes its unique badge ID. That is basically what you do. So after now storing the badge, you now move to now the and mapping. So that's where we are in line 41. So here, what we do now, so storage. So when we are at storage, we tracked which customers have earned which badges, and then this is actually now what we call nested mapping. So for each customer, you track with the badge IDs, they've earned. So now for the mapping, what this does, it actually records which customer has earned which badge. If it is the gold badge, if it is the VIP badge, depending on the blueprint that you had defined on top, the kind of badges that you have. So it actually maps a record of which customer has earned which badge. And then, okay, looks like we have a long way to go, but let me just keep it short. So after now that, we now move now to the event. So whenever a badge is actually awarded, we need an event. Now this one, we need an event that is now emitted, so it is now permanently recorded on blockchain and now can be actually be verifiable on chain. And that is what this event does. So after now defining the event, you now move to the modifier. So for the modifier, what this modifier actually does, from line 49 to 52 to 51. So what this modifier actually does, it actually restricts certain functions so that only the issuer can actually execute them. It's like a security feature to like make sure that these are limited to pass to this unique ID, so and so. Yeah. So and then it does what? It checks that the caller is actually the issuer. So it has to confirm that this caller is actually the issuer. And if it is not the issuer, it's going to return. What response is it going to return? What happened? So that brings us now to the constructor. Now this brings us now to the constructor. So for the constructor, this it actually runs only once when the contract is actually deployed. So this is not going to be running. You don't need to be running this day in day out, or after you've deployed, you're now thinking this constructor needs to be no. It actually runs once when we deploy another smart contract, and you're going to see that in action. So as you can see here, the issuer. So the issuer here is the person who is actually deploying the contract. So the person who is actually deploying the contract now automatically becomes the issuer that we're now calling him. And then points, we also have the address of the loyalty points. So the both contracts, they can actually work together. Yeah. So all these, most of these actually comments on what is entailed actually below and all that. So the purpose of tonight was actually to now move on to deployment. So let's head over to the README. Let's head over now to the README. Yeah. So we are going to take a maximum of 5 minutes to do this. So the README basically tells you what's entailed where and everywhere. So for us to get started, you can see the commands, actually compile all the commands that you need. So in the last session, Silas already told you guys that you needed to have these prerequisites already installed. So if you do not have the prerequisites installed, basically run the commands that are there. The first one is to confirm you're not version. The first one is to confirm the node version that you have. So as you can see, I have node installed. So now I've confirmed that I have node installed. Next is now you've cloned and all that. So the next thing is to copy your environment variables into now your local environment variable of where now things will be running and be fetched. So to do that, you basically have to run this command. So basically just copy this command. You need first to install the dependencies. So you need to run npm install. So this is going to take just a little while, but as this is happening, make sure that you have your private key. From the last session, I think Silas had shown you how to get your private key. So let me do this. Actually, don't want you guys to see my private key, but how fast are you guys? Okay, let me not risk it. Okay, but just development. So I'll just, oh no, that's maybe not. So let me head over here. I think I had a wallet already created. So let it just open very fast. So as you're waiting for the installations to actually run. Let me head over to my core wallet. And I hope by now you all have your testnets. You already have testnets ready. If you do not have, but I'm sure of, this tab of this account of mine doesn't have any testnet. But yeah. Okay. Don't tell me what this says for where my business frozen, guys. Okay. So you need to have your test nets. You need to have your test nets already in order. Let me just close some tabs. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's completed. So let me just, so for you to get your test nets, you can use the builders hub, or you can get your test nets from core. So let me just double check if I have test nets in this wallet of mine. You can see, actually, from the last session, I did manually create these wallets, if you can remember. We are buying time to let this complete here. So looks like I do have some test nets. Okay. Don't know why my PC is lagging, but so for you to get a testnet, connect your wallet. You just connect my wallet very fast. Core extension, agree, connected wallet. And now my wallet is connected. And then click on tools. If you want to get testnets, click on tools. And then Avalanche testnets. Fuji chain, Avax. Okay, looks like if you use this method, you need to have, if your wallet doesn't have funds, let me just send testnets to this account. But meanwhile, as I'm doing this, we need to move now on to the next step. So you've now installed all your dependencies. So the next thing that you need to do, is now copy your environment variable. And after copying your environment variable, you need to fill in with your actual private key, and I'm going to show you right now. So let me just top up this account with, let's say, 1 Avax. Yeah, and then 1 Avax, and done. So for you to get your private key, if you created your account manually, can basically just come here, click on that wallet. As you can see, there's an option tab here. If you click on options, you scroll down, you'll see a section listing show private key. So once you do that, you need to enter your password. So as to confirm. Okay. And then don't worry, I'm going to reveal this. I'm revealing it to you because I'm going to destroy this wallet after this. So now I have my private key. Now I have my private key. And as you can see, I have received one AVAX. So I have the test nets already in place. So the next step for you to do, is now copying the environment variables. So to do that, you basically need to run this command, copy environment variable example, into a new file that you name .env. And once you run that command, as you can see, those details are already created in the here. So for you to do now, remember I had copied my private key. So I need to paste my private key there and save that file. So you now have your prerequisites. You've installed the necessary tools, hard hat and all that. You've configured your keys. Now the next thing is now compiling and testing locally. So for you to do that, let me show you using hard hat. So the first command that you're going to run is npx hard hat compile. So once you do this, so basically what this does, it actually translates the Solidity contract that we have into a deployable form that now the machine can now understand. And as you can see, the contracts have already been compiled successfully, compiled for Solidity files successfully. So now you've compiled the smart contracts. Now we need now to run the test suites, these test suites that we already have here. So for you to do that, we need to run npx hard hat test. So what this does, it actually pings, okay. And yeah, make sure you typed it well. So as you can see, so what this command does, it actually spins like a private blockchain memory that now it deploys all the 4 contracts to it and then checks every behavior behind it. So what happens is now, what are these behaviors? Some of these behaviors is the issuer gates, the overdrafts, the batch claims, the strict grace windows, and all that. So as you can see, after I've run the command, the test, for the first smart contract, the issuer earns and the customer redeems, and the liability checks. It has passed very well, and the blocks. For the second badge, the soulbound registry passed also. The strict tracker, same, and the tier system, same. So now you have compiled your smart contracts, and you have tested your smart contracts that they are working. So what's the next step? The next step is now deploying the full stack to now Fuji. So how do you do that? For you to do that, you need to run the npx hard hat run script for deploy all. I remember there's this script that we have that now deploys all the 4 smart contracts that you already have, for the achievement budget, the strict tracker, the tier system, and the loyalty points. So just head over and copy that command and paste it there. So it is npx hard hat. It needs to run that script to deploy, and then where is it deploying? It is deploying to the Fuji net. If you want to deploy to mainnet, you'll just change the last input from Fuji to mainnet. So once you hit that, it now starts deployment. As you can see, it has already injected the variables. So it has already deployed the issuer address. So now it has noticed that there is no loyalty address in the .env. So it has deployed a fresh ledger, and then we now have, these are the addresses of the deployed contracts. So now you have already you've now deployed your contracts to testnet. If you want to now test the full journey, you now need to run the script to interact it. So for that, and this is the last thing that you're going to do, you need to run this command, npx run script, and then you change the file name to interact.js. And once you do that, the issue is going to award itself like 1,500 points, for a purchase, and then it is going to define like a self-claimable badge, and then it will now claim the badge from the contract, and then it reads the ledger. So, and after that, after it has now claimed the badge, obviously a streak now gets delivered to, like a streak checking that you've completed this gets allocated, and then a tier check now gets awarded to you because you've reached these 1,500 points. So you're going to be given, and that's now the silver tier. And then the last one it will now do what? It will now redeem the points for like a coffee voucher. And as you can see, this is exactly what it has done. It has done the awarding of the 1,500 points, then forward for a purchase, and then the balance now displays it is 1,500. It has defined the claimable badge, and then that is basically all the process that you guys can actually do. So after you've done this, what I need you guys to do is you'll now create like another file. Okay, you can commit your changes. Change in the README, add your username there at the bottom, and then commit the changes to your branch. Yeah. So after doing that, Silas is going to take us through the quest that you're going to be submitting. So after you've deployed this contract, you'll be needing to submit these contract addresses. And if let's say you actually cleared your terminal, and you want let's say I had run all these commands and I cleared the terminal, so I can see the addresses. To get those addresses, you can basically just run cat deployments.json. It's going to display all those addresses that have been issued. So this is what you'll be submitting in the quest to prove that you've actually deployed the smart contracts to testnet and moving on to the next. I don't know if Silas, you are on. So as you take them through the last part using form, and then I think already touched some of what you actually to do, deployment of the last contract that you did. Silas, can you hear me?
Joseph, I think I'm on and ready.
Yes.
Will I just proceed, or there's something you're finishing up on?
You can proceed. Maybe are the quests ready?
Yeah.
Okay, you can proceed to now taking them through Foundry in like 5 minutes, the deployment using Foundry, because I've taken them through hard.
Okay. My thinking was,
Yes.
since the deployment is just the same, there's not really any difference, because at the end the contract will still be deployed. I was thinking I do the other one for the other repo, because that one is already there, so I can take them through the other one, which I was using Foundry, the 4-step one, which I've shared in the group earlier today, and then I can take them through the quest. And since everything is already here in this repo, I don't see the need like redoing it in Foundry again. Let us just use the other one.
Okay. That actually works. So feel free to share your screen. Let me just start sharing on my end.
Nice. So, hi everyone. So, my name is Silas, and maybe just a quick concern that I'm getting is that you guys are not really doing the quest, like, and obviously we are worried because now we are not sure if the quests maybe like they're too hard, or like there's something that there's a gap that we are not filling. So, when I come to this leaderboard here, because this one is the one that had this is for the Tuesday session. So for those of you who are in the Tuesday session, you can see that only 4 have submitted the quest, right? George, Junior, Vincent, and Linda. Only 4 have submitted. And I think I had a call today with Junior and Linda, and we were able to troubleshoot, and they were able to deploy, finish the quest, and get an NFT. So guys, if you're having any problem, feel free to contact me. If you're having any problem with accessing the site, maybe the site is not behaving as it should. I am the maintainer, so like feel free to contact me. So what I'm going to do is that there was this session here that we were doing the quest for, and unfortunately, many of you have not done this quest. So I'd like just to take this moment to explain to you in 5 or 2 minutes to explain to you how we have made it easier for you to actually finish this quest. So when you come to the repo for the gamified ledger, this is the repo that we used on Tuesday. Step 1 is just like cloning this repository to your local machine. So just go to your terminal, type git clone, and take the URL from here, right? So type git clone and take this URL. Simple as that. You run that command. After running that command, let me find a page which a brand new page so that I can go back to that folder called Gamified Ledger. Yes. So after running that command, you will see that you have the repo on your own local machine, and then it tells you all the steps you need to do here. So step 1, check out to the complete branch. So just come here, type that. That is already step 1. Step number 2, install Foundry. Copy this command, type it here. For me, I already have Foundry installed, so for you, it will install Foundry and then give you the output. If you're doing it on Windows, use Windows Subsystem for Linux. Step number 3, confirm if they have been installed, right? And you can confirm that they have been installed. Step number 4, we have actually removed the need for you guys to actually run Avalanche key commands, Avalanche key create, etc. So all you have to do is that you just have to run this command here. So this is a script that we have written, and this script actually sets up Avalanche, downloads Avalanche CLI if you don't have it, sets up an account for you, and gives you the contract, the wallet address, and the private key so that you can fill in the repo. So when you run this, it asks you what should you call this key or this wallet. So I'm just going to say test2 because I've created multiple of them. So it's going to create the key, and it's going to give you some output here. It's going to give you the private key, the address, and also the next thing you should do. So add these values to your env file. So take these values, open that repo in VS Code or in editor of your choice. Go to your env and then paste those materials there. Easy peasy. After that, go to the next, because we already have the env. This is just a similar process. It's the next process. Run these commands. Take them, come to your terminal, run those commands. It will run the test, it will compile the code, and I think it will also build the binary for that particular code base or contract. Then deploying to Avalanche, again, you don't have to worry about a lot of commands. Just take this command here and paste it here. But before you deploy, remember that we have to have AVAX tokens in our wallet address. So take this particular address here, and I think, is there a question? Okay.
Daniel,
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, Daniel, you're muted, I guess. You can unmute.
Yeah, so I have a question. So where am I getting the quest? Because on my expressor, when I open the quest session,
Yes.
it's empty.
When you open,
Except expressor filters
oh,
.xyz empty.
okay, okay. Just a moment.
Yeah.
I'm circling back to you just in just a moment. Let me just finish demonstrating this and we're going to the quest thing. I'm circling back to that. And then, as I've mentioned, you need the AVAX tokens to deploy. I think Joseph has shown you how to do that. So step number one is just go to your Builders Hub account, right? Claim the 0.5 AVAX, and then depending on Core or MetaMask, the wallet that you have claimed the AVAX on, just go to AVAX and send it now to your local wallet, because that one is the one that will be used to deploy the contract. So 0.1 is enough. You'll be given 0.5 here, and you can just send like 0.1. That will be enough to deploy the contract. After that, come back to this command and then run the deployment script. So it's going to deploy everything for you. So you don't have to worry about any of the commands, and everything that will be outputted here will be for you now to go and fill it in the quest. So after this, it tells you that the items are in the run latest.json inside the broadcast folder. So open that for repo again. I think it's this one. Go to the broadcast and then run latest. It must be this one that is the new one. And then you have everything that you need to submit here. You have the transaction hash, you have the contract address, you have the transaction itself. So everything that you need to submit on the quest will be here. We also went ahead finally to add another script that you will use to interact with the contract. So you take this is the final script here that you will use. So take that particular one, because in the quest we're asking you, please interact with the contract and share the transaction hash. So take that script, run it. Yes, that is the contract address we are using, customer address, yes. Basically just allow everything, and here just say a test reason or any reason that you want, because you remember the contract that we are writing, it required a reason for earning points or redeeming points. So once you do that, everything will be here. So you'll have the transaction hash. So basically just copy paste this transaction hash and give it to us in the quest. And with that, you are done with that quest. Simple as that. Now, for today's quest, because this repo that Joseph has shared already also gives you all the command that you need to do. So you don't have to worry about the code right now, because I think Lavender said in the agentic AI era that we are living on development, AI agents are getting way much better at writing code than humans. So for you, it will be how do you communicate what you want and how can you now do the things that the AI cannot. For example, like this, completing this quest for us and showing up for the session. So do that and then come now to the quests. Let me now show you to the quests. So I think Daniel has mentioned that some of the quests are not working. So what we will do is let me take you through today's quest. So in the link that I will share, I think Lavender has already shared, will bring you to this particular page. Now, the way I designed the site is that you first get access so that you can be able to complete the quest. So we don't want just any random person like doing the quest. So you first get access. You download. This is today's presentation slides that have been used by Joseph. So you can download them from here, and then you say enter quest. So the first thing you do is entering your name. So I'm sorry, Daniel. Let me use your name, Daniel Test, but I'm going to remove this one in either way. So let us see why the first question is not showing. So I don't know the the quest that you are looking on at, Daniel, but if it's the same link that is in the chat, I think it is working. So after you have entered your name in the link that Lavender again has shared, just answer this basic question. If you need any assistance, you are free to use AI, because the slides that we have given you, this quest have been generated from those slides. So they just ask basic question from the presentation that Joseph has told you today, and and the slides. So you can give this question and the slides to an AI, and then it can be able to give you an answer. So the difference between a soulbound badge and a transferable badge, put your answer here, a real answer. Again, study the strict tracker mechanic discussed during the session and explain why, blah, 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 blah. That, I think that has also been discussed. If Joseph has not mentioned it, it's definitely in the slide. So you can use AI here. So put your answer here. The next one is pick one mechanic, badges, trick, or tires, and deploy it. I think Joseph has also taken you through this. So after you have deployed, the smart contract, just paste here the contract address. So contract address in this format, then the transaction hash. Don't worry about the exploring too much, because I might be able just to fact check it if you give me these two. So paste them here. So just go through the repo again as Joseph has done, deploy it, and paste those answers here. Again, this is just a question, a multiple choice question. So a business has 50,000 users and wants to display a leaderboard based on points. And so what is the option that they should use here? So fully on chain, event, index, none of the above, both two are okay. So pick an answer. So I'll definitely pick a wrong answer here. But like if you have the slides, if you have AI and you have attended this session, you can be able to answer this question. And then this is now case study kind of question. Feel free again to use AI by all means. Use the AI of your choice. So choose a real business or a product idea. It might be an idea that you're working on right now or one that you feel attracted to, right? And we want you to design a small gamification system for it. So in a paragraph or two, describe your responses of what the business is, or the product, the target user behavior, how will the user be interacting with your system, the primary mechanic that you're using for gamification, so points, badges, leaderboards. For example, for me, Expressa, we are using leaderboards and badges in form of NFTs, and also what reward does the user have after accumulating said primary mechanics, and also a verification method of making sure that this user is the one who needs to get this particular primary mechanic. So design a system here. And then basically by design, I'm just meaning 2 or 3 paragraphs, paste it here. Then finally, write a post about today's session and tag this particular X account or LinkedIn accounts. So do a post and then share the link here. So post link here. And with that, get your score, click get score, and then submit results. Simple as. After you've done that, again, you are eligible to get an NFT. It's 5/6 here because I chose the wrong answer in the multiple question, so I failed that one. But don't worry, for you, I think you'll find the right answer. Connect your wallet, connect a smart account. One issue that we discovered with the junior today is that at least have an external wallet so that it can be able to be used to create your smart account. What I mean is that make sure you have MetaMask installed in your laptop or any other form of wallet, OKX, co-wallet on your mobile phone, so that you can be able to claim this NFT. Click claim NFT. If you have completed the previous quest and this one will be a second NFT. So I think that's something great. After minting, you can view the transaction hash, and maybe doing me a favor, you can make a post about this NFT that you have received from Expressa, and maybe tag Expressa so that I might be able to become a millionaire someday. Otherwise, that is the gist of it in the quest. If you have any question, please feel free to ask in the group or ask me directly. I'll be able to help you, even if it means step by step to complete the quest. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Silas, for that amazing presentation, and to Joseph for taking us through the first session. Really, really insightful. Love it. I feel like I always learn something new in all these sessions, to be honest, which means learning never stops, right? Even in my old age, I still am learning, which is really, really impressive. And now, allow yourself to stretch a little. breathe. Yes, yes, a lot to take in. Yeah, I've been here. I'm like, okay. So you have to get an NFT. All right. Whenever I hear an NFT, I'm like, okay, I gotta get this NFT, you know. So I'm completing the course and all that. So now we want to get into the next exciting session, which I'm about to share my screen right now. So show me some reactions if you can see my screen, guys. Derek, thank you. You all can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. If you can see my screen, amazing. Love to see it. Okay, cool. So I'm projecting a very cutesy landing page, right? Feel free to scan that QR code. I'm just trying to grab my phone. Scan that QR code and join the lobby because we're about to start the quiz. Okay, you don't want to be left behind. This is the moment where you know, moment of shining, right? If you've been taking some notes, this is the moment for you to just shine and show us what you actually got, right? So if you've already scanned the QR code and it has taken you to that landing page, give me some reaction. Give me some reactions, guys. I can imagine all of you are actually joining with your laptops and you're able to scan with your phone, right? Or even if you're joining with your phone, yeah, let me see if I can be able to share, to actually share this link. Yeah, let me actually share the link in the, you're sharing the link in the chat. Joseph is actually sharing the link in the chat. So if you are on the call and you are not able to scan the QR code, the link is right there in the chat. So I want you to scan this QR code and then I want you to actually start exploring, right? So as you can see, this is the Team1's events page, right? And on our events page, we have now gamified this whole experience. So we are builders as well. So in the process of, you know, learning together, exploring these different jargons together, we are also building, actively building. And so this is our new website. This is our new events page that you try to want to ensure that it's actually really gamified. So feel free to give us any feedback that you know, to make this even more interesting and more fun. Okay. So right away, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna launch our quiz. Let me know if you can see a quiz on this chat. Can anybody see a quiz? No? Okay. So let me go in and just check on the quiz. Yeah, so I think, okay. So let me start the quiz. So I've started the quiz. Feel free to refresh. Okay. You guys can see the quiz? You guys can see the, let me know if you guys can see the quiz. If you cannot see the quiz, I'll be so sad. And then I will just, you know, we will figure this out together. Okay. So if you scan the QR code, are you able to see the quiz? No? I think I'll just try this on my phone. I'll close this. I don't want you to see the right answer yet. Yeah, so let's see what's up. I'll just quickly scan just to make sure. Okay, so looks like you guys are quite unfortunate for tonight because looks like you guys cannot be able to see the quiz pop up on your end, right? So So this is our system and it's already proving us wrong, okay? But it's okay. This is just a moment of learning. So because you guys cannot actively participate, I think it's because maybe because this is just open to members, new collaborators alone. So if you've created a members portal, maybe you might be able to see it. And if not, maybe it's just a bug, but you will fix it as soon as this call ends. But that cannot stop us from, actively engaging on the quiz. So I will just be projecting my quizzes and then follow with me, okay? Stay with me and then let us engage. So you'll drop there either like an option A, B, C, or D in the chat, all right? So I think I'll just like dive into it, all right? So just give me one moment. Let me make sure everything is okay. All right. So our first question. So this is more like objectives, understanding the first mechanic selection. So, and the question is, so our pre-loyalty DApp, decentralized application, wants users to return to the Avalanche C chain daily to interact with the protocol. So staking, voting, and, or trading. So which mechanic does the session recommend and why? So basically, which mechanics is suitable for staking, voting, or trading? And this is on Avalanche. Is it A, leaderboards, on-chain rankings, driven competition between wallets, or is it B, which is stress or loss aversion, makes users protect a chain they have already built, or is it C, badges, milestone achievements, motivate one-time actions, or is it tiers, which is basically set as tiers that incentivizes higher spend over time? Which mechanic actually supports staking, voting, or trading, on the Avalanche C chains when you're interacting with the protocol? So I'll just be checking on the charts. I hope you can engage with me on the chart. I know this is not how we usually do our thing, but for tonight, we will just have to be flexible a little bit. Okay. So I'll check the charts. Okay, I think most of you actually picked my answer. I think most of you picked my answer, and most of you are giving me a B as an answer. And most of you are actually correct. You guys are too fast. Yeah, you guys are actually pretty fast. So the correct answer is B, and so which is mostly strength. So loss aversion makes users protect a chain they have already built. So yeah, because most of you actually picked the answer, so that it makes no sense to actually do this. So give me 1 minute. Let me just remove all my correct answers and then I'll share a screen as well again. Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm projecting my screen again. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen, guys? No? Okay.
Not yet.
Okay, just 1 moment. Now, can you see my screen? Perfect. So second question, and So it's more around soulbound versus transferable badges. All right. So this is something that I think Joseph has largely talked about, right? So the question is, your achievement badges contract means our first transaction on Avalanche's badge, right? So why should this contract deliberately have no transfer function? Why does an achievement badge contract, okay, your achievement badge contract means a first transaction on Avalanche's badge. So why should this contract deliberately have no transfer function? Is it, so the same option A, B, C, D just applies. So just use your brain, feel free to use your brain. But the first option is, it's a solidity limitation. Transfer requires the full ERC 721 standard. Is it true? Option B, the absence of a transfer function is the soul-bound design, which means a badge bought or sold is meaningless as proof of a real on-chain milestone. Is it true? And C, it's a gas optimization specific to Avalanche C-chain. Is it right or is it not right? And then D, transferable badges violate Avalanche's tokenomics model. Is it even true? So which is the correct answer? Your achievement badges contract means a first transaction on Avalanche's badge. Why should this contract deliberately have no transfer function? I'll check the answers. I'll check the chat now. Okay, all right, all right, all right. Let me see. Interesting. You all think the same. Okay, okay, okay. I see. So actually, most of you think that the absence of a transfer function is the sound-bound design. A badge, bought, or sold is meaningless as proof of a real on-chain milestone. And most of you are actually correct, which is interesting. So just a little context in case you missed some part of this. So soulbound, aka non-transferable, for credentials, milestones, reputation, and full ERC 721 only happens when a market is actually the point, which is now market in this case, the point which is now the collectibles, right? So business milestone, with first step. So for example, if it's first step like a 30-day streak, so a badge that could be bought defeats its own purpose. So the missing transfer function, is it an oversight? It's the entire design decision, all right? And so most of you are actually correct. So once you've given me your answers, now I can mark my knees as as correct, right? So
okay, let me add on something. A simpler way for you to actually wrap this into your brain. Soulbound is actually limited to you, so you cannot sell it for money or redeem it for money, real money or real crypto. But transferable, you can actually redeem it for crypto or something of the sort. So that's in layman's terms and past definition of it. So yeah. And all this it's actually covered in the slides. So make sure you check the slides. Yeah.
okay. Thank you, Joseph. Perfect. Now I've marked all my answers, and marked so that nobody can peep. Cool. All right. So we only have a few questions actually, luckily. So we are already on our second question. So on to our third question. Wait. Yeah. So this is our third question. So our third question goes like, what does a grace period constant do in a strike tracker? I see my third question. Oh my,
Uh,
too bad. But it's okay. Maybe that's a bonus point for some of you.
let's just learn.
Let's just learn, man. It is what it is. Okay. So question 3. What does a grace period consent do in a strict tracker contract? And why does it actually matter, especially on blockchain like Avalanche? Y'all are really giving me your options even before you read the answers. It's that bad, huh? Okay, cool. So the first option is it extends how long a user has to claim a pending reward from the contract. B, it forgives one mischecked in window so that the streak isn't harshly reset, keeping the mechanics. C, it reduces gas costs on the daily check-in function call. And D, it's a security feature that prevents bot-driven checking spam. So what does a grace period consent do in a strict tracker contract? And why does it actually matter, especially when it comes to the Avalanche blockchain? Anthony, I see you. I see. Too fast for my liking, but it's good actually. So it tells me that you're paying attention, which is good. Okay. All right. So since most of you actually saw the answer, and I'm seeing Anthony was the first among the first answers, Salas as well, and Lawrence as well. So most of you actually think that B is the correct answer, and B is actually the correct answer. So a grace period basically just what a grace period consent do in a strict tracker contract, just it forgives one missed check in window so the streak isn't harshly reset, so keeping the mechanic going, right? So most of you actually are correct, and yeah, most of you think it's correct, and that's actually the correct answer. We still have just two more for tonight, and then we will wrap it up there. Oh my God, I thought I really removed all these answers. It's okay. So we'll just learn, guys. So tonight's session is just learning, okay?
Someone has already sent the answer to
I
the
know,
next
right?
question.
Yeah, okay. So your tier system contracts, yeah, TL function has 0 storage state and never goes out of sync with the user's actual token balance. How? Of course, you can see here. So it's a pure function, it's a pure view function that actually reads live balances directly from your loyalty point contract. Nothing stored, nothing that can drift. You all are actually correct. Me and you both, right? And of course, on to our last learning question. So why does the session recommend event indexed leaderboards over fully on-chain ranking as the default on Avalanche? And the correct answer is sorting on-chain clusters that grows with user count. Indexing emits events off-chain. It's free to compute and instant to query at at every single scale. So yes, thank you all for engaging with me. Most of you actually got the answers correct. You all are actually index ones, at least for tonight. We will prove this either right or wrong in the next session, next week on Tuesday. But shout out to you all that actually completed. So before I forget, so scan this QR code. We have linked resources on this page, right? So once you scan this QR code, you'll find resources. As you could see here, just scroll. You will find, the team that actually organized this. In case you want to reach out to anybody or want to connect with anybody, you'll find here the team. And then, subscribe to our newsletter. Drop us your email on here. We would love to send you newsletters from Team1. And then, of course, explore Avalanche. So if it's your if it's your first time here, you're a new member, feel free to explore Avalanche. It gives you very important information and important resources for you to explore Avalanche deeply. And then please give us your feedback. Okay, we would love to see your feedback, especially from this session tonight. And yeah, we will take those feedback seriously, and I hope it's positive feedback. And of course, we welcome any kind of feedback as well. Check out our partners as well. Feel free to connect with our partners. We will get to know more about them during our upcoming session on 24th of July. So on 24th of July, we have Game Jam, which is our Nights of Chord. So if you've come to our previous Nights of Chord, you should know that it's fun, it's vibes, lots of coffee, lots of snacks, building together, connecting, and just having a beautiful moment all together. So we are planning another Night of Chord on the 24th of July, next week actually, on Friday, here at Blockchain Center. So you all are actually welcome to join us and welcome to participate. Yeah, come with your energies up and high and ready to build throughout the night. So it's gonna be like a 12-hour straight of just building, prototyping, and iterating. And again, resources. So this is the most important thing that I would like for you to explore. We've linked here some resources. You know, this is where you get the repo, GitHub, build a sub account, join our Telegram community. All our upcoming events are linked here. Join the Mini Hack, our WhatsApp group, and connect with the hosts over here. So these are very, very important because it keeps you updated with everything that is happening in the community and in the ecosystem. So before I wrap up, I don't know if anybody has a question or a concern or anything that they would like to know about Team1 before we close the call. Okay, so maybe there's no question for tonight. So I'm gonna post a very, very important link in the chat right now. So this is the link for our upcoming watch party finale. Yay! We are hosting our first and last, at least last for this period, watch party for the World Cup. You all are actually welcome to, you know, come watch with us, have a good moment with us. We are partnering with BitGet for this one, so you can imagine we'll have giveaways, we will have some cool merchandise. BitGet is planning a lot of, you know, giveaways, money. So if you feel like you need to check your account a little bit, this is the place for you to be. So come through and you know, engage with us. So feel free to just take a moment and just engage with us on this post. Tell us your expectations for this watch party. This watch party is actually created for you. So we hope that you're going to come through and enjoy this session. So that's what I wanted to share mostly for this session. And I don't know if anybody on the call would like to share anything else before we wrap up, basically.
So guys, this week's quest from this session will be available on the same place that you got the last quest. Silas is going to share the link in the communities. So be ready, and I hope you are following through the live coding sessions. And one of the tasks will be you have to edit one of the contracts to complete a specific task, and then you deploy it. So get ready, and yeah, see you on the next one.
Amazing. Shout out to you, Junior. I see you're engaging, you're rooting for Spain. Let's go. Team Argentina, where are you? Where are you? Yeah, let's go. Let's engage, guys. We'd really love to see the kind of expectations that you have. So this kind of feedback really helps us put together a very memorable and good experiences for you. So if you can just go there and engage, liking, reposting, and commenting, we really appreciate that. Shout out to you, George, for engaging. Shout out to you, Ivy, for engaging. Love to see it. Who else has just engaged right now? Shout out to you, Sony, for engaging. Love to see it. I hope that you all can actually engage with this post because and drop us a comment basically on there because we would love to create this experience specifically for you and how you envision it. So thank you all. Today, for the first time ever, we finished on time. So shout out to everybody that actually made it possible here. We would love to see you again on our next session. Please do not forget to sign up for our upcoming events. So we have this Sunday, we have our watch party. Next week, Friday, we have our game jam, which is a night of chord. So we hope that you guys will actually come through and build with us. So that's it for me, guys. But before we go, I would love for us to take a group picture together because moments like this live with us forever. So we do not want to let any moments pass by. We want to ensure that we document all our these moments so that you can be able to, remember even after the session ends. So if you can, please turn on your cameras, guys, and we would love to see you and take a picture with you. Okay. Yes, thank you, Anthony. Thank you. I think Joseph has been sharing, has been turning on his camera since. So, hey, I'm waiting to see Daniel. I'm waiting to see Silas, Ian, Ivy, Lawrence, Derek. What's happening? Turn on your cameras, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be shy. Don't be shy. And by the way, we have our background posters in case you'd love to use those. We share with you upon registration. So you want to check on your email as soon as you register for these resources and for these materials. So yay, I finally see you, Ivy. I finally see you, Silas and Ian. Love to see it. George, yes, finally you can see you. Derek, I only see black. I don't know if you mind turning on the lights. Yes, awesome. Okay, cool. So without taking so much time, we'll just like take a picture. Oh yeah. Derek says it's settings. Okay, let's blame it on the settings today. Okay, cool. So just like take a picture so that you not waste a lot of time. Oh, I see Preston. Yay. Cool. I think you're good to go. Nice. So give me a nice smile on a count of 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll take another picture just in case I caught you on a bad side. All right. So I'll take another picture on a count of 3, 2, 1. Bye. Okay, one last one just to confirm. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. You all have been amazing. Thank you so much for showing up for yourselves. Thank you so much for being so consistent. We cannot wait to see you all in person on Sunday and on Friday. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, we have our upcoming Founders Summit. And this Founders Summit is not for everybody. It's going to be specifically for the people that are consistently showing up. Basically, if you've been with us from the first cohort, you're here now, continuing to upskill yourself, building, shipping, iterating, looking to go to market, then you're going to get an invitation to our Founders Summit because it's going to be a summit for senior developers. So in case anybody has not shown up for the session or keeps missing the session, does not complete the quest, it just means that you're not ready, right? And so we might not be able to invite you for our Founder Summit. It's going to be a very exclusive, high-end premium event in Nairobi because it's the first ever Avalanche Founder Summit happening in Nairobi, Kenya. So this is an opportunity for you. I hope you will take this opportunity. I hope you'll run with it. And I hope that you get to win a bounty at the Founders Summit. So we have our mini hack happening in August 28th and 29th. So we are planning for it to happen around the same time, but we will confirm the date. So we have a tentative of 4th and 5th of September. So we'll share more information because we're looking to have senior developers coming up, showing up for themselves, winning bounties, getting access to mini grants. We have a mini grant by Avalanche Team1 up to $10,000. So one lucky team that is going to emerge as the top team overall gets this mini grant worth $10,000, right? So that's really big. And I hope you all can actually snag this. And then in addition to that, we have an accelerator program. And for this accelerator program, it goes up to $30,000. Who here doesn't want $30,000? Because trust me, I feel like if I were you, I would literally lock in and just build, because damn, this is some serious money, and I hope that you all can actually snag some. So I will end it there. That's food for thought. Do you want to win a bounty? Do you want to get a mini grant, or do you want to get an accelerator grant? That's up to you. So whatever decision that you actually make will result to you showing up every single time, completing your quest, and actively engaging on the session. So thank you so much for showing up and for being consistent. Have yourselves a good night. Love you, appreciate you, and see you on the next one. See you next week on Tuesday, same time, same place, and God bless you all. Have a good day. Have a good night for those that are going to sleep. All right.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
So, bye.
Bye. Good. All right.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
So, bye.
Bye.